Hey ladies and gentlemen, Beesha here of BF Crafting, and I'm here to take you through the Shrine of Kruklos. Just a little bit of a, little demo, take you through it, take you through what I was thinking when I was creating the thing as well. I think first I'll start off with just a little run through of the map itself, and then I'll get into the details, but here we go. The player will arrive by boat from, somewhere over here, and they'll be drawn to this sandbar since, well, you can land with boats on sandbars. And you head out here. We're going to have a system of symbols in this game. Effectively, we're going to use paintings as symbols. We're going to, put them here and there, and instead of this painting skin, it'll be, something drawn in either blood or charcoal or whatever other material, and some of them will represent caches of items, some of them will indicate dungeons, some of them will indicate, I don't know, other things. And yeah, so you'll generally have those symbols to guide you, as well as maps, as well as the lore of the actual world. Of course, the lore isn't here for you to see, but at this point you'd have the bow, you'd have, a few items that I've placed here. You wouldn't have a painting. You might have a painting if you want one, but you get it. Anyway, so Kruklos is a sea snail, and I was thinking of having him, slither up onto this mountain chain to, well, die effectively, but his shell, springs eternal. It's the source of the oceans. The water comes from here, comes down into this other shell, and yeah, dumps out into the oceans. But anyway, that's enough for now. I'll take you through right quickly. To get into the temple itself, there's a couple quick platforming challenges. They're really very simple. You just have to go up some ruined staircases and explore. There's going to be a few little secrets around here that I'm going to put, little caches of items and things. Just stuff that the player, players interested in exploration can go get. And as you can see, yeah, these challenges really aren't very difficult. It's, but again, it's not meant to be. It's like, Minecraft doesn't lend itself very well to platforming mechanics anyway. I know that you can technically make jumps 4 blocks long, but they have to really be perfect, and there's very little visual feedback about where you're standing, so it seems to me like a bit of a waste, a bit of a, more of a frustration for the player than anything else, and the mechanics don't feel good to play. It's not like playing Mario where you're, it's really twitchy but sensitive, and there's really good visual feedback about where platforms are and where they aren't. But in Minecraft, you don't get that experience. So I don't want to force players to go through that kind of thing, because it's just frustrating, and there's no real reward afterward. You don't say, oh yeah, it felt good to do platforming in Minecraft. No, not really. Generally, the purpose of the map is to be a narrative-driven adventure map. It's we're gonna have very little combat in general. I want the world to feel empty, and sort of mist-like. More about the narrative and the puzzles than about the fighting, because fighting's another thing that I don't particularly enjoy. I like the odd mob. I think that they can be interesting, as you'll see in the temple here, but. Yeah, I've planned to take random mob spawns and eliminate them, and generally have few enemies about the map. But anyway, in order to open the temple, well, there's going to be a, painted symbol here, and another one corresponding here, and maybe a little book of lore somewhere. Basically teaches you that you've got to shoot an arrow into here in order to open the door. And I'll teach you about the redstone mechanisms for this a little later, just the positioning, because if you can see, they look disconnected, but they're really not. Anyway, so you go into this ruined tower here. There's a few different ways to get up. Door's blocked, obviously. You can just go straight up there. You can decide, okay, well, maybe you want to take the stairs somewhat. I'll take the stairs. It's really very simple, though. It's not it's not something that you're going to beat your head against for 20 minutes, and I really don't want that. I want the player to feel empowered, to feel like they can navigate the world. And then, little loot chest there. It's Not decided what goes there, but it's not very important, really. And then, you know, strategically ruined basins that you can jump without fear of killing yourself. Pretty simple. From here, you go on toward the rest of the temple, and, you know, same mechanic as before, very simple. Opens the door, opens up a water channel as well. So you can see this room is a very tall shaft, and I feel that's nice. I like having big dramatic spaces, and I wanted it to feel like a shrine, sort of like a temple. You know, it's not residential. There's nobody living here. There aren't any beds or any, you know, whatever. It's just somebody built this in honor of their god. So anyway, let's go up. Originally, I had intended for the player to swim up here and then have to shoot this thing mid-swim, but I discovered that was kind of a pain. Took multiple tries, and then the arrow despawns here, and then you gotta reshoot, and it's just a nightmare. I really didn't want to deal with that. Oh, disregard these dispensers as well. It's a bit of a glitch. Well, not a glitch. It's an oversight. I'll take those out anyway. The real dispensers are on the other side, but. Oh, there's the despawn. Anyway, very simple. This guy just releases a couple blocks, opens up a water channel, lets you get up the staircase here. And then you got yourself another 4 things here. Oh, I should